Now, one other thing that I thought was really quite interesting, and you actually said yourself that someone needs to interview this person, so I'm going to be working on that. The can't remember their name now, but the author of the Living in the Heart book. Oh no,
Oh,
that oh yeah,
that one. Oh,
that
that's
guy as well.
Junvalo Melchizedek.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay. I'm gonna definitely have a look into that because the statement regarding the Merkaba of light is just absolutely fascinating. So I would love to try and get that person on record to try and dig into what else they were told by
yeah.
was it a major?
A woman major of the U.S. Air Force met
Yeah.
with him.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the backstory on that is, guess where I heard that? Inside the building, inside headquarters.
Oh no way. Okay, so that's definitely something that's
But
made it around the coffee table a few times.
that, yeah, yeah, and but it was more like, oh, did you hear that? This guy Melchizedek. And so that's interesting. Yeah, we had an informal UFO study group in the building. No one had a UFO account per se. You know, no one said, okay, your job is to look at UFOs, but we just encountered like instances of, gee, that's unusual. I should look
Yeah.
into that. There are many, many more. Many, many.
The
I'm not
other
going to
the
release anything, but
yeah, yeah. The other book, the one that you were just holding up, was
yeah,
the crypto
conundrum.
conundrum. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he still alive?
Oh, yes. He
Okay.
disappeared. He's off the. No one knows where he's at.
No one knows where he's
I don't
at.
know
Yeah.
where to find him. Yeah, he is a major. He was a major figure. Everyone in the building knew who he is.
Interesting.
When the years he served, if you say his name, Chase Brannon, they know exactly who he is.
Right.
He was quite the notable figure in the building. But he wrote this novel, which I tell people read it and read between the lines. You'll be surprised at what you read
Yeah.
from his perspective.
So does he actually pose it as a novel, kind of a bit like Secret Machines, where they say it's fact woven with fiction?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's the only way he could have done it.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly, of course, and this is to be fair, I would argue it's the same with the Secret Machines books by To the Stars Academy. Um, there's some interesting tidbits throughout those books, and they are supposed to be fact woven with fiction. And
Hmm.
Tom DeLonge was in contact with people like General McCasland and some pretty major players, so I think that they're definitely worth keeping in mind as well. But I'm going to definitely have a look at that book if it's available to purchase online. One last thing I had before I'll let you go because it's been it's getting on here and we've been talking for a while. But in relation to possible reptilian ET presence on Earth, now obviously I
Oh,
understand that
yes.
this is part of your speculative
Oh, yeah.
approach, and no one can fully verify any of this. But are the reptilian style intelligence patches the primary data point that gives you reason to postulate on a reptilian intelligence, or are there other things that you feel strengthen that argument?
There are other things I feel strengthen that argument, but I don't have permission from those people to talk about that. And it's not exactly a download.
That's okay, but there are certainly other things that you feel have
Hmm.
given you
Yeah.
the okay. You see,
Yeah.
that is interesting. I mean, it's no secret that this is something that's discussed within the UFO community, and in all honesty, it's usually treated with a lot of controversy, and people don't want to really go there. um but this subject is absurd anyway, and I think that there's always the possibility for this type of thing to exist within that space. And you've had people like Lou Elizondo recently hinting quite heavily that an important potential signature of extraterrestrial intelligence is human DNA. And as you were saying, why are we not like
Yeah.
bonobos or chimps or chimpanzees, or
Right.
we're an
Yeah.
order of magnitude above anything else on this planet. How did that happen?
Yeah. That's in my letter to CIA where I just stated that I know this, and here's where I heard it, and
Yeah,
here's the circumstances I heard it, and I didn't put it in there. I made it speculative because I wanted the entire presentation to go through. Next time around,
yeah,
I can quote chapter and verse of why that might be true.
yeah. Well,
And unclassified, that by the way, unclassified.
right. Right. Well, speaking of chapter and verse, I mean, you look back on things like the Bible, and obviously the Garden of Eden, the reptilian, the fruit from the tree of knowledge, and I think in the original, it's Yahweh walking through the garden, saying, if they eat of this fruit, they will become like we are, which is an
Yeah,
interesting statement to make.
right.
They will become like we are. And the reptilian symbology is just echoed through history. So
Yeah.
that's, yeah, certainly an interesting thing. John, this has been absolutely brilliant. I think people are going to really find a lot of benefit from this presentation. I'm sure it's going to spark some curiosity for the people that love technical information as well. There's plenty of good technical tidbits alongside some interesting, albeit a little disturbing, speculations of the overarching issues of the phenomenon. Really looking forward to whatever your next presentation is going to be. And maybe you will succeed in your mission of eventually getting something redacted.
I would think that the last topic we just talked about of reptilian seems to have a bad connotation here. People are afraid
Yeah.
of reptiles. Let's just call them saurians. Let's just
Mm.
call them like dinosaurs from an Earth that did not get clobbered by an asteroid, and they were able to evolve and found a means of coming here from that other Earth. Let's just put it at that, and that they were the ones that saying, hey, look at these primates. We don't have primates in our place. They
Oh,
never
wow.
evolved.
Oh,
That
wow.
goes down a wormhole, a rabbit hole that actually, let's see if I get that redacted.
Yeah, well,
That's a teaser.
that's a teaser for the next one. And another thing that we're just going to have to tap into at some point is the fact that you are an experiencer. I'm an experiencer.
Yes.
I'm not an experiencer from childhood. I'm amazed and fascinated by people that have had these experiences all the way through childhood. That is going to have to be another time, but I would love to get you back on for a more relaxed conversation about your experiences, my experiences, and we can just, talk shop and speculate about what these things could mean.
Right. Right. Yeah. I look forward to that, Jay.
All
Thank you
right.
for
Well,
having me on.
oh, you are most welcome, and you're always welcome back, John. It's been an absolute pleasure.